Greetings. Let us continue with the part of estimation of ultimate load carrying capacity of pile using dynamic formula. In past few lectures, we were discussing about the static method. In that method, we have used the uh, characteristic of the soil, the loading pattern, and the characteristic of pile material in consideration to estimate the ultimate load carrying capacity of that pile. In case of dynamic method, we are going to make an assumption that the dynamic resistance to drive the pile is equals to the ultimate load carrying capacity of the pile using static method. Means here we are going to concentrate on the resistance, dynamic resistance offered for the driving the pile. What is the meaning of a dynamic resistance? In case of driving the pile, we are going to use the equipment which are housed with hammer, and this hammer are going to impart a certain force on the pile. Due to this applied force, the pile is going to get penetrate. While doing such, there is an balance resistance offered by the your soil, and that we call as a dynamic resistance. The dynamic way the load is going to act, on that we are going to see what dynamic resistance is being offered by the soil towards the driving of this pipe. So in this method, kinetic energy or potential energy of hammer is equated to the work done by the pile when it penetrates to the soil plus the losses if any. The kinetic energy or the potential energy. Let us try to get the sense of this. When we say there is a strike of hammer, we are going to raise the hammer with one of the method up to a certain height. Let us call that certain height as a free fall height. When we raise a hammer of a certain weight up to a certain height, it possesses a potential to do the work. We call it as a potential energy. When we release it with a free fall height, it will have a change of potential energy, conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy, which will then convert into the impact energy when it strikes on the pile head. When it strikes on the pile head, it will have the impact energy, and this impact energy will be transferred throughout the length of the pile, and thereby the pile will try to get penetrate into the ground. Okay, so during this, what will happen? There is a certain work done by the external agency, which is our hammer here, and there is a work done by the pile here itself. So what we are going to do, we are going to make a balance between this external work done and let us call internal work done is the pile penetration. So here, if we put this in a mathematical formulation, we can write mgh. This is the potential energy, where mg we can convert it as a weight of an hammer and h is the free fall height, is equals to QUP. As per our assumption, we will make the assumption, we will say this QUP is nothing but the ultimate load carrying capacity of pile, which we have estimated using static method. Multiply by S plus C. This is nothing but the deformation. S stands for the penetration set, or we can say it is settlement, and C is nothing but the elastic compression property of the soil. So by virtue of its property, soil will offer certain penetration to the against the applied load, and second one, the penetration S, which is being due to the hammering effect. So here, if we are interested to know QUP, this we make assumption it should be equal, but we are interested here, if I equate QUP equals to WH by S plus C, this will be the formulation. And now I will call this QEP is nothing but the ultimate load carrying capacity with reference to the dynamic effects. Okay, that's why I will say the dynamic formulation will have basic relation WH divided by S plus C, where WH into H is nothing but the external work done, and divided by S plus C is nothing but the settlement observed by the pipe. So in case of C is the constant to account elastic compression. Based on such formulation, number of theories has been put for by various researchers and various departments. We will start with the introduction of such dynamic formulation. Very first formula comes in picture is engineering's news record formula. This was recorded in engineering department in terms of, and they was published in their publication. That's why the name is written as engineering news formula. This was published in 1888. So in this formula, QUP is equals to W into H into neta H divided by S plus C, where W we know that is the weight of the hammer, H is nothing but the free fall height, and neta H nothing but the efficiency of an hammer. What actually is the meaning of efficiency of the hammer? When we say the hammer is going to strike on the head of the pipe, okay, so there is a certain losses there. The losses may be due to rebound, the losses may be due to conversion of kinetic energy into other forms of energy. Energy losses is being there, the energy losses has been accounted. Based on that, there may be efficiency reduction, and that's why we are going to see here neta H in picture. Okay, Now this formulation is valid for the type of hammer, particular type of hammer. It is valid for drop hammer and single acting steam hammer. But when we go with the reference to the double acting steam hammer, then there is an additional force which we have to consider. This is the force which is applied on a piston area through the pressure. So this is W plus additional force which is being transferred through the piston area has to be accounted with reference to free fall height in neta h. Neta h, again the picture is there, it is related to efficiency. S plus C, S is the settlement which is observed, and C is the elastic compression. Now we are interested to know what the safe load carrying capacity of the pile will be there. The QUP, dynamic load carrying capacity divided by factor of safety. If we do this we will get the safe load carrying capacity of the pile. For the case of engineering news record formula, the FOS is assumed to be 6. Okay, FOS, factor of safety, is recommended is the 6, and whereas the value of C for a drop hammer it is said to be 2.5 centimeter, and for a steam hammer it is said to be 0.25 centimeter, where A is the area of the piston and hammer on which, where P is the applied load here. Now the settlement or penetration per blow of hammer, in case of your uh, drop hammer, it is considered as the average value of last 5 blows, whereas in case of your steam hammer it is considered as a average value of 25 blows for a steam hammer. Now C is the constant which has been defined here, that C is equals to 2.1 centimeter for a drop and 0.25 centimeter for a steam hammer. Now this engineering formula, news record formula, has been defined with reference to the efficiency of the hammer, and the efficiency of a hammer depends upon the different types of hammer which has been used to apply the external force on the pile heads. So here the tabular formulation, I have presented the value of NH recommended by the engineering news record department, where they said the type of hammer, if it is a drop hammer the efficiency will range in between 0.7 to 0.9, whereas if it is a steam hammer the efficiency will have a range between 0.75 to 0.85, and in case of diesel hammer 0.8 to 0.9. Yes, it is going to have a average value of 90% to 70% of the applied. So factor of safety recommended is 6, and efficiency is recommended as a reference to the table here. This was further modified with reference to the effect of restitution. What is being the restitution here? It is nothing but the rebound of the hammer after the application of the load. So when the hammer is being put on the head of the pile, to protect the head of the pile, sometimes we provide a jacketing nearby it called as a helmet or a cushion, so that the edges or the material near where the force has been applied, it will not get burst or get cracked. So in that case what will happen, there will be a rebound, and that rebound will lead to the loss of the energy. So this rebound is called as a coefficient of restitution of the pile, and where the formula has been modified with reference to the empirical relation WH neta h divided by S plus C. It is as given in the previous step. In addition, a factor is multiplied, W plus E square into P, where P is nothing but a pile load. Okay, weight of the pile, we can say pile self weight, and divided by W plus E into P. This will be the factor which will either enhance this value or reduce this value depending upon what type of coefficient of restitution is being observed by that particular hammer after stacking a pile. Now let us move towards the next formulation which was proposed by Haley's formula. In this, the energy losses which was not considered in your uh, engineering news formula has been imparted, and the modification has been done, which was accepted by IS 2911 part 1st 1984 for the determination of ultimate load carrying capacity of the piles. According to the modified Healy's formula, QUP is equals to the product of neta H neta B WH divided by S plus C by 2. What the change we are going to observe here? A new coefficient has been introduced which is known as a neta B, which is said to be a the efficiency of blows. Okay, now clear. So we'll deal with this neta blow, how to calculate in upcoming PPTs. W into H is the product which we can say the external work done by the hammer, S plus C by 2. Here the C by 2, the value has been intentionally reduced down to take a acceptable limit of risk. Neta h for efficiency of hammer. Neta h is nothing but efficiency of the hammer. In this Hillis formula, for drop hammer it is considered as a 1. For single acting pressure hammer, it varies from 25% to the 85%, 0.25 to 0.85, and for case of double acting hammer, it's going to range between 0.2 to 0.8. Now, neta B, efficiency of hammer blow. This efficiency of a hammer blow depends upon the coefficient of restitution, where there will be loss of energy during the rebound. So here the due consideration has been given to the coefficient which will impart on the strength carrying capacity. So here there is this energy loss is being defined in neta B is being defined as a ratio of energy of hammer after the impact to the energy of hammer before the impact. The neta B will be equals to W plus E square into P divided by W plus P. Now this P is nothing but the pile weight, self weight of the pile, and E is the coefficient of resistivity. It depends upon the type of material and jacketing system which we provide. W, when this formula is valid when W is greater than E into P, and this value is being used when neta B is equals to W plus E square P divided by W plus P minus W minus E P divided by W P whole square. This is being used when W is smaller than or equal to E into P, the product E into P. E into P here, P is nothing but your the weight of the pile. Okay, now to account for elastic constant, elastic compression of pile, soil and pile cap, this three parameter has been considered. So here C is not only the single value. He says C value depends upon the three parameters: elastic compression of the pile itself, the elastic compression of soil, and the pile cap. Now let us talk about the pile cap here. What is a pile cap? We have a series of piles which are going to be provided beneath the ground, under the ground, to support a column, heavily loaded column. They may be in a group or they may act as a single. If it is single, there is no part related to pile cap, direct the column will rest. When it is in group, one or two or three or more than that, a number of groups, they will be arranged in a certain pattern, and after they have been laid into the ground, they will be connected to each other with a certain media covering surface, and that covering surface is going to form a sitting for the column. Then we call it that part as a pile cap. Okay, and now let us go towards the part of estimation of C. C is said to be a component C1 plus C2 plus C3. In previous case, what we have seen, the pile has been imparted by a force. To avoid the breaking of the edges or the head of the pile, we are going to provide a certain jacketing or helmet or cushions towards it. So here C1 and C2 and C3 depends upon such type of arrangement. When driving without a dolly or helmet and a cushion of 2.5 centimeter, so here without a dolly or a helmet and a cushion of 2 centimeter, the formula can be said as a C equals to, so the elastic coefficient will be equals to C equals to 1.77 QU divided by A, where A is the area of your pile head and QU is the total applied load on it. Multiply by 1.77, we can get the value of C, which will term in terms of centimeters. When driving with a short dolly or helmet and a cushion of up to 7.5 centimeter, here we are going to have dolly and helmet also, but cushion is provided of an height 7 centimeter. Then C1 is equals to 3.05 QU by A, C2 is equals to 0.657 QUL by A, and C3 is equals to 3.55 QUL divided by A. Means here three component parts will come in picture. If we see this three component part, one will take care about the dolly and packing, that is C1 coefficient. The second will take care about the pile and its material characters, that is C2, and the third, it will take care about the ground and its character, that is C3. Okay, now we will discuss about what is the meaning of a dolly here. Dolly is a cushion of a hardwood or other material placed on the top of the casing to receive the blows of the hammer. So here is an arrangement where the blows of the hammer can be received. Helmet is a temporary steel cap placed on the top of the pile to distribute the blow over the cross section of the pile and prevent the head of the pile damage. Means here we are going to provide a certain protection towards the head of the pile, which will make surety that there will be no damage to the head of the pile. The upper portion of the helmet is known as dolly and is designed to hold in position a pad, block or packing or other resilient material for preventing or absorbing shocks from the hammer blow. So here in head after above the head there will be a certain cushion element, and that total arrangement we will call it as a dolly. Collar is the